Continuing with our Let's Talk NBA series, now we are on episode 3 talking about the New York Knicks. So the Knicks have, over the recent days, they've been making a couple of moves, and a big one I want to start off with. Well, actually, let me calm down. First off, 50 and 20, 50 and 32 in the season last year, second in the Eastern Conference. They are one game away from reaching the Eastern Conference Finals. Injuries ripped this team apart when it came to the postseason. Their wheels started to fall off, and it just got bad and went from bad to worse pretty early. With Jalen Brunson's hand, I think, with the other guys. So I'm not gonna remember, but yeah, injuries stopped them from reaching the Eastern Conference Finals and into the NBA Finals. But it was what it was. So. Looking at this team now, they've recently made a trade. They've traded away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Karl Anthony Towns. This trade happened like last week sometime. Pretty impressive trade. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all, and y'all are gonna like this, but I think this is great for the Knicks. I think Julius Randle was not good enough to be a Knick. I think inside the system that Tom wants to run, he just wasn't a good enough player. And with Jalen Brunson there, with some of those other guys, Mikal Bridges there now, I'll talk more about him in a bit. With some of those guys there, the ball was not going to be able to be in his hands 25 times a game, and it was just not going to be able to be. He wasn't going to be able to be one of those primary guys that got the ball. And so I think getting from under him was one of the best decisions the Knicks has ever made, for one. And for two, I think when you look at Julius Randle, they did all of that, what they did last year without Julius Randle. I think that was one of the smartest things. And I've been calling for Julius Randle to be traded from the Knicks for the past 3 years now. And finally it happened. And I'm very happy. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I love when things that go my way. So other trades that are happened. Yeah, Dante DiVincenzo, big loss for this Knicks team, in my opinion. And maybe they can potentially get him back. Maybe Minnesota's going to keep him. Who knows what's going to happen when it comes to Dante. But I hate to see him leave New York and that team with those elevator guys, especially now picking up Mikal Bridges. And so, it is what it is. It's sad to see him go, but it's good for him. Hopefully he can find some time and minutes there in Minnesota. I don't know what type of system or role that or what kind of capacity he'll get there, but hopefully it's a bigger one. Alec Burke is also gone. Shake Milton also gone. A big loss with Isaiah Hartenstein being he signed on free agency to the Timberwolves. I think 3 years. The numbers are gone. I think they gave him 33 a year or 30 a year, probably 99 a year, something like or $33 million a year, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So Hartenstein, big loss for the Knicks as well. So him and Hartenstein and DiVincenzo are two big losses. But they will both go and thrive elsewhere in the NBA. Some additions. I've mentioned it a couple times. Mikal Bridges, he has that chemistry that with those other guys, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, so they can really be in a system and really get it going. I think they needed a three who was going to be very consistent. 2-3 guard who's going to be very consistent from that three, and this will work and this will help. He's a very, very good defender in the league as well, so that will also help them. As Tom Thibodeau loves defense, he will be a big defense guy and have helped them a lot with that. They got Cameron Payne as well, who can shoot the ball, play defense as well. Karl Anthony Towns. So I haven't talked really about this impact that Karl Anthony Towns will have on this Knicks team. I think Karl Anthony Towns is a very good player. I think he's a top 20 player in the NBA right now. I think he is one of the best shooting big men in the world in the league of all time, and he will stretch the floor for the Knicks. I think if he can be a good enough defender in the East, he'll be fine. They'll be fine. He's gonna have to be consistent when he gets the ball. He's gonna have to be concise and every single time be efficient as well. So that's what he needs to do to be good, and I think he can be good. But my expectations for the Knicks this year, this is where it gets a little dicey because they have so many players. They have two defensive dogs in Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby who signed an extension this offseason. I expect them to be a very defensive heavy team. I expect this team to really flourish and really show their strength and probably have that Eastern Conference spot again in the East this year and make a deep playoff run, Eastern Conference Finals at least. I think when you look at the players like I just named, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson, like those guys need to step up this year and be the difference maker. And the main guy that not a lot of people are talking about, but with now Hartenstein being gone, Mitchell Robinson needs to step up and be that guy for this Knicks team. He needs to be a 15 and 10 caliber player this year, and if he can be that type of player, then they'll be fine. He needs to be a rim protector, and they need to just be complete and buy in as a team from the beginning. So if let me know how you feel about that. Let me know what y'all think about that opinion of mine. The Knicks, they can be good this year. They just need to find it as a team, as a group. But yeah, I'll be your host, Davion, and this has been the post game. Peace.